I hope I didn't fuck up this recording by having music playing in the background, but let me just make a quick little video. Quick little uh you know, recording about heart gear. Um so basically I'm at a point where it's almost done and she's trying to decide whether or not to bring back humans to the world. And it was just so depressing because you have gears who are unable to really create anything. Like they can only think inside the box. And then you have the humans who think outside the box, but all they do is destroy at the same time. Like, yeah, they'll come back down to Earth, but then what are they going to do in the next 50 years? They're always going to be at war. They're always going to create destruction. And it's like, okay, but these robots that they've created can only do so much. They can't do anything else. Like they've been programmed with what to think and what to do for the number of years that they're alive, and all they're able to do is those same things over and over again. So that kind of reminded me of how I think and where I come from when I have all these different ideas. It's like I don't believe that other people have this type of mindset. And it's like I'm living with a whole bunch of robots. That's how I think of it. So these people, they don't think outside the box. They just think within the box. So, all they do is they wake up, they watch news, they get boyfriends and girlfriends, and they go about their day. While me, I've done something completely different than what everybody else has done. And even though other people have done it too, you know what I mean? Like Dan has done it, May has done it. They've gotten something a little bit similar to what I had, but they're not able to create anything from it. So they need someone that can do that. So I'm that person that can do that. But I mean, how I don't know how to explain this. Like this this really makes me think of how I think. And so there's one gear that's like, all right, we need to bring the humans back because it will breathe new life into the world, and this world is stagnant. It won't change without humans. And then there was another robot that was like, all right, well, if we bring the humans back and they start destroying everything again, we'll just be repeating the same thing over and over again. You might as well just let us die. You might as well just end this circle of death. So that was her take on it. And do I understand her take? Yeah, absolutely, bro. Like to think that all we're going to do is suffer when you come back, why would we let you come back? But I'm quickly learning that, like, we're supposed to take these people in. You know what I mean? Like, you have criminals, you have disabled people, and we typically just kind of give up on them. But I've seen that, like, there's so much hope everywhere, but not like where it's absolutely hopeless. Like there are people with disabilities, right? Like we look at the disabled world. There's people like me who's functional but still can't really function correctly. I can function, but I function at a different. I'll use frequencies for example. I function at a different frequency than everybody else. Everybody's functioning at 20 hertz. I'm functioning at 60 hertz. And they're like, he's not even able to work. So like we don't want to have him in the workplace. Like he has too much trouble in the workplace. So then I'm working at this different level, and it's not a wrong level. You know what I mean? Like, I want to make that clear for everyone. Like, the way I think just is a different way than everybody else. It's not that I am, when they say disabled, you automatically think like, oh, okay, this person's disabled. They can't really function properly. They can't do anything right. And we need to take care of them. And they're a nuisance. You know what I mean? Like, we need to guide them and help them out in that way. And I understand that. Like, I get it. But it's only because I think differently. That's why it works. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't work with another person that thinks inside the box. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking of, why am I talking about this? I'm thinking of this one example of Belinda, and she has trouble remembering when to pay me. And I have to remind her all the time. So you know what I mean? Like, I'm sitting here reminding her, and she just doesn't do it. Like, it's very frustrating, very, very frustrating. And I can very easily go to my therapist and be like, I don't think she's listening to me. I asked her to do something and she just blatantly doesn't do it. And it's very annoying, and I just need help with her. But if I take on the problem myself, what happens is that things become a little bit more complicated for me on the back end, where it's like, okay, I have to work this out. Now I have to start saving more. I can't spend money this week because I don't have enough money to pay my bills. And I have to make sure that I have enough money to last me for however long it takes Belinda to get my money. You know what I mean? So a person that thinks inside the box would be like, oh, she told me to remind her, so I'm going to keep reminding her. And I'm going to consistently do it. And I'm going to start getting mad at her. I'm going to start screaming and yelling. And I'm going to start getting my therapist involved. I'm going to get my parents involved because she's not doing what I'm asking. You know what I mean? That's what a person inside the box would do. But a person that thinks outside the box, me, for example, I'm like, all right, if she doesn't do it, then maybe if I wait 2 extra weeks and I give her a bigger number that she owes me now, maybe she'll get on it. And then I'm also thinking like, oh, okay, if she is doing this, it means that she wants to help me save money. You know what I mean? And I'll start saving money because I don't have any money coming in. So I'm going to be very, very strict with my money. Now, there will be a point where I will have to force her to give me the money. Like, I would be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, do I have to stay in the room with you? Do I have to keep talking to you throughout the day for you to get this done? Because you just keep forgetting. And what am I supposed to do? Like, give me your schedule. How long are you going to be studying today? When are you going to be getting off of your class so I can text you, or I can come into your room so you can get this done? Because I need my money. I could be like that. But then, it would cause problems because she would be like, why don't you have any savings? And then you think about it and you're like, why would she even say that? Why would she say that? But I've been in this situation where it's just like, yeah, that's how I've been treated. This is the mistreatment of disabled people that I'm talking about. So, yeah, I don't feel like talking anymore because that kind of just it aggravates me, And I'm trying my very best to work with her. You know what I mean? Like, I'm working with her. I'm not trying to get her in trouble. Even though she would get in big trouble for doing this. And in the eyes of the law, like what she's doing is wrong. She knows that she's in the wrong. But you have people like my mom who's sitting there like, oh, why do you need your money? You don't need money. And it's like, why would you say that to me? You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean I don't need money? I'm a 30-year-old guy living in America. And I earned my money. I earned every penny that I have. That 30,000 sitting in the bank was because of me, not because of you. Because if I listened to you, I would have never had 30,000 in the bank. Because when I asked my mom about disability, she said, no, you can't get it. You don't have problems. You can't get disability. If I had listened to my mother, and if I had listened to Belinda, when I asked Belinda about disability, she completely put that out of the window. She's like, let's focus on getting your medication done first. If I had listened to everyone and I didn't do my own thing, that 30,000 wouldn't be sitting there right now. But what did she do? What did my sister do? She went ahead and took control of that money. So now I don't even have control of that 30,000. It's in their hands. And I have to find a way to get out of this chokehold that they got me in. Because it might look correct from the outside in, but from the inside out, man, no, it doesn't, bro. I need a breakaway. And I just thought of something too. And it's a really cool idea. Like, nobody has really thought of this. It's completely new. And I'm excited. It's going to take a little bit of work, but not too much work. Will it make my sisters paranoid? Probably. But it's like, it's all I will be doing is laminating stuff. You know what I mean? So, if anything, they'll be concerned. They'll be like, why are you laminating your receipts? And I'll be like, oh, I'm going to sell these shits, bro. But they won't understand the art piece behind it. So I have to be careful with what I do, of course. You know what I mean? But this was an idea that I thought of, guys. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, yo, this is amazing. Like, I can break free. Yeah, but it's gonna be my art pieces. All right, guys. Hopefully you look out for my art pieces, bro. I'm gonna start going on sale soon. Yeah.